All right, we are back with another pick'em video. It is Wednesday, January 14th in the NBA. We got some good games that I want to talk about today, walk you through my favorite plays of the day. So if that sounds cool, go to leave the video a like, comment something down below. All those good things help the channel. First, let's get into the recap because you guys saw the title. It was a sweep, and yeah, reverse sweep absolutely sucks. I thought this was going to be one of a good, turning point in the January. January sucked overall for me. Look at all this freaking red. Down 5.94 units. A lot of these is because of the plus money I guess I'm chasing. 8 and 10 on 50-50 lines. No excuses, but again, I show my wins and my losses. Let's really talk about the blowouts here and what happened yesterday. Shaedon Sharpe over 24.5 points. He actually played, I think, particularly well for that game. This is something I should have done better. I go into this game, I'm like, Shaedon Sharpe's going to shoot a million times, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even think about, no Denny Advia, no Jeremy Grant. In my mind, I was like, oh, Sharpe's going to shoot a bunch of times. I didn't even really, think about the blowout. I do think about the blowout, but I'm like, no, that's probably not going to happen. And if it does, Sharpe maybe gets there anyway. He didn't get there. Ends with 19 points. He shot very efficiently, actually. Didn't shoot as many times as I thought he was going to, but this is a huge blowout. They were down by 25 points the entire game and didn't get his full allotted minutes. And if he does get his full allotted minutes, I'm pretty sure he gets there. But again, we're just, we're kind of, poking at straws there. And he didn't get there at the end of the day. Then you had Keldon Johnson. He also didn't play much in this game. He shot horribly. He actually shot plenty of times to get over this line. He ends with points, by the way. And doesn't play the last few minutes because of the blowout. I don't think he only played like 21 minutes or something, as we were expecting more like 28 minutes. But yeah, comes up just short, and again, it's a tough team. Didn't shoot particularly well. That's going to happen sometimes. Marcus Smart pissed me off, though. 12.5 points on the under. LeBron ends up playing in that game, too. And he, I think, shot the best efficiency he's ever shot in his entire life. I watched Marcus Smart for many years as a Celtics fan. He is not a very efficient shooter. Randomly, he'll start knocking things down. But he shot 5 times in that game, by the way. He shot 5 times and got 13, actually had 16 points in the game. But yeah, he shot 4 of 5, 2 of 3 from 3, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I went to all the games that he shot 5 or less times, and this is what the chart looks like. Well under. Did have a game, weirdly enough, against the Lakers. They went over this before, but I mean, you're going to take your chances on that every single day of the week. He just killed me with efficiency, and again, that's going to happen sometimes. And then another blowout, Dante DiVincenzo, 3.5 threes. He ends with 3 threes. Didn't do much of anything. He didn't really have to shoot much because everyone on this team shot above like 65%. As a team, they shot 60% from the field, and literally every single meaningful player shot like 66 to 80% from the field. Dante didn't need to score much because everyone was knocking things down. He definitely kind of became a distributor on the team as the point guard, and just didn't shoot much. He shot very, very well. 3 of 5 from deep. I think 4 of 6 from the field total. But yeah, another, I think, okay read that just didn't go away. So we're getting screwed on, variance and things like that. But I really think today's going to be a bounce back. Sorry for the rant. But yeah, sucks to go 4 and, 0-4. And hopefully you guys understand that at least I'm showing them. A lot of people just brush this over. And I will be better at some point. This will turn around. This is down 5.94 units. That's not the worst thing in the world. And again, it just seems like I'm ready for a run. And hopefully that run starts with John Collins. By the way, the tool I'm going to be showing you guys my plays with is going to be Props Madness. You can get 25% off your first month if you're watching this video and you're like, damn, I got to try that thing out. Don't let my bad few days in a row, deter you from getting it. I know I can come back and continue making videos after a few days in a row because I've been doing this a while, and hopefully the good runs outweigh the bad runs over the stretch of a long period of time, and they typically do. So let's start with John Collins, 14.5 points going up against the Washington Wizards. Now, he played 30 minutes against the Charlotte Hornets. They won that game by 8, and he practically didn't do anything, which is good to see because he's due for a bounce back, kind of like I am, because he's been absolutely cooking recently. Another good thing to point out here is Kawhi Leonard potentially not playing this game. He has been questionable the past few games now. But we'll see if they need him against the measly Washington Wizards. If Kawhi was to get a rest day, I think today would be the day, and that's just going to boost up John Collins' potential to score the basketball. Zubac also a questionable tag here, so he might be the main focal point down low in terms of his scoring. Why are we going to this anyway? Well, it's also a perfect matchup. We've talked about this before against the Wizards. Big man against the Wizards, especially guys that can shoot. Spot up, 26th ranked. Transition, 29th ranked. Free throws, 26th ranked. Post up, 23rd ranked. It's like a song. They suck at every single way that John Collins wants to score the ball. They are bad defensively to it. You can see within 10 feet. You can see other players 56% of the time. You can see John Collins himself has played these guys, I guess not this year, but maybe in the past. Twice, 2 years ago. So if that helps you guys, that'd be huge too, but that does not mean anything. But yeah, pretty much this is a textbook matchup. John Collins potentially going to get a huge boost if Kawhi or Zubac plays. John Collins is finally being used in this offense and has been translating to wins, which is a good thing. So yeah, textbook matchup. I'm not overthinking it, and I'm taking this normal line, minus 125, 14.5 points, and I might ladder this up, even though I've been losing on all my plus money plays, but that's up to you guys if you want to do that. You'll see that in the recap if I do ladder this up to 18 plus, 20 plus, or get a little crazy with it. Because, again, if they're going to rest Kawhi, I think today would be the day. And again, we'll see about Zubac. So John Collins has been a stud recently, needs a bounce back, kind of like I do from yesterday's game against, or not yesterday's, a few days ago's game against the Hornets. And now he's got literally the best matchup in the world to do it. So John Collins, first play of the video. Jumping into play number 2, I got Precious Achiuwa going up against his old team, and we got some injuries to talk about because I think he's going to get a whole bunch more minutes than he typically does, and he has been getting more minutes than he typically does the last few games. 39 and 30 minutes. Precious has been getting time on the court, and now he gets the New York Knicks. Difficult matchup for rebounds, by the way, going to rebounds, and yeah, it's a plus 110, which again, I've not been doing well. If you want to fade me, you can go ahead and do it, but really liking this value at plus 110 on BetMGM right now for this play. Obviously, you can see these two guys being out. This helps the hit rate over this in 56% of games, but it's really about the minutes here. You can go over to RotoWire and check out the projected minutes on Precious Achiuwa. He's been starting the last 2 games. He's projected to start today at that power forward position, and he's projected for 29 minutes. So if we can go over and see, expected time 25 to 35 minutes, which is what Props Madness wants to put out there, and now he's over this in 75% of games. So this is a plus 110 play. He's expected to get a whole bunch of time on the court, and if he's on the court, he can get some rebounds. And this is a team that he used to play for, so he knows some of these old teammates. Maybe plays a little bit extra hard, for these guys, and had some players that's similar to him, like Jonathan Isaac, Kevin Love, Larry Nance. These are usually backup power forwards that don't get too much time anyway, and they've been getting over their lines. Larry Nance with 6 rebounds in a game in only 17 minutes, so he should get a lot of time on the court. This is just a value play. Plus 110 for this is great. If this moves, to plus 100, I'd probably still take it, honestly. But this is just a value play on a guy that should get a lot of minutes today. Hopefully doesn't get into foul trouble. But again, this is his old team. He is playing at home, which is a good thing because spot-up shooters and things like that, typically in away games for the Knicks, might shoot a little bit worse. That's going to, in tune, be more rebound opportunities for a guy like Precious Achiuwa. And again, the hit rate, 75% of games, he's playing 25 to 35 minutes, which hasn't been a lot of games, only 8 games. But he should get that today. That's what's expected. And again, the plus 110 value, too hard to pass up on. And again, these power forwards are typically doing pretty well against this Knicks team, even though they don't allow a whole bunch of rebounds. So maybe a typical shooting night doesn't happen for the Knicks. Again, they are on the road here. We can actually go see the injury report for the Knicks. They're very healthy. So hopefully this isn't a blowout. It is an 11-point spread. But even in a blowout, I would expect Precious to maybe even get some minutes unless he's playing horribly. But, he's got the grudge match against his old team. I don't think he's played them yet this year. We can actually check that. That's definitely not this many minutes. Yeah, he hasn't played them yet this year. But yeah, he used to play for this team not too long ago. So again, he knows some of these guys, and hopefully he comes in there and can play very, very well for us. So just need to gobble up some boards. A hit rate in the entire season doesn't look good, but again, we're expected for more minutes today, and he's been crushing it. Moving into play number 3, it's going to be another plus money play. So I just had this whole beginning rant that I've been sucking on plus money plays, and I'm attacking a couple more. But I really like this value for a rookie that's getting much more time on the court, and he's starting to shoot a lot of threes. Cam Thomas, a guy that comes off the bench for the Nets now. And Igor Denham, been really good the last 10 games over this three-point line in 70% of the games, averaging much more three-pointers attempted as well. You can actually see 8.3 three-pointers attempted after his normal 6.1 season average. So he's getting more time in the court, and that in tune has been more three-pointers, and he's been knocking them down at a good clip here. So Igor Denham, 2.5 threes over plus 125 is the value we're getting. And again, a really, really good matchup for him to score the ball, just really good. Attempted positionally, his dominant scoring zone, his dominant scoring zone 2, where he gets a lot of his shots are above the break threes, 26 rank in terms of above the rank threes. That's 63% of his shots. Spot up, catch and shoot. These are all really, really good matchups going up against the Pelicans. And this is also -2 spread. You can get a blowout in the NBA on any given day, but hopefully this one stays relatively close. Igor gets a whole bunch of time on the court, and he's been getting a whole bunch of minutes on the court too. 29 on the last 10 games as opposed to his 24 minutes per game in general. And we have no Zaire Williams, but we do have Michael Porter Jr., we do have Cam Thomas. But the good thing here is with these guys on the court, again, you're going to see a hit rate drop, but the last 4 games with these guys on the court, he's been knocking threes down. He's been shooting a whole bunch of them. 5 of 10, 5 of 8, 3 of 5, and 7 of 14. And with these guys on the court with Igor expected to get this many minutes, he's actually over this in 5 of 6 games. The only game he missed was against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he was 1 of 8 from 3 in that game. So he shot enough threes, especially to get there, and just didn't knock him down. So with Cam Thomas in the court, with Michael Porter Jr. on the court, and with this much time expected on the court, 24 to 33 minutes, he's been knocking down these 3-pointers. And again, just a textbook matchup for him to go out there and shoot a whole bunch of threes. And yeah, just really, really loving this matchup for him. I don't know if he's played these guys yet. I did not look at that. But again, it's more like I'm looking at the last 10 games as a rookie on a bad team. He's getting more and more minutes, and they want to see, hey, can this guy be one of our future pieces? And that's what we're kind of seeing in terms of his minutes and what he's been doing on the court for this team. So I can see if he's played them yet. He did play them already once this season. If I can get all these stats out of here. Head-to-head, he's played these guys once, played 25 minutes and shot 2 of 4 from 3. This is a game back in early December. He played 25 minutes in that game. But again, we're expected for more minutes in this one, 24 to 34 minutes in this game. And RotoWire has him projected 27 at the very least, with up to like 30 minutes. So RotoWire and Props Madness minutes projection, both kind of saying, hey, he's probably going to get 27 to 30-ish minutes. And with that much time in the court, he's been lighting them up in terms of 3-pointers. And again, you can't get more green column than this going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. So really liking Igor. Again, very good value play, plus 125. Probably wouldn't take this at anything less than like plus 115. We'll see if the odds change dramatically throughout the day. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I just like the volume he's been getting, especially with Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas in the lineup when he gets this much time. Again, that was the 5 of 6 games that he's been hitting this with the expected time. So really, really liking the volume he's been getting. Again, you can see the 3-pointers attempted in those games, 8 threes a game on those. So if he shoots 3 of 8, it's not even an amazing percentage, and still a pretty good spot for him to get over here. So Igor, the rookie in the Nets, getting more and more time as the season progresses. It makes a whole lot of sense for the young guy on a bad team to get more time, and just needs to knock down the threes against a team that allows a whole bunch of them. So perfect matchup for him to get open shots and things like that. And again, their 2 best players are in this lineup, and hopefully they, not guys that are particularly good at setting people up for shots. But yeah, Cam Thomas only been getting around 24 minutes a game recently, and Michael Porter Jr. has been absolutely hooping. So we'll see what he can do. His assists are way, way up from what he typically gets on the Nuggets the past few years. But yeah, this guy has been balling, and going to ride the hot hand of Igor. Play number 4, got Evan Mobley here for some points and some assists against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm attacking him because the Philadelphia 76ers for the entire season have been pretty bad at defending that paint area, and that goes for getting assists as well, which the grand majority of his assists come within that, right in the restricted area. And his grand majority of shots and points come right at that restricted area. Transition, they're a little bit weak here too. Within 10 feet, they're ranked 21st. So great matchup for Evan Mobley to go in there and actually score some points. And Mobley, typically a guy that's pretty, good to trust, at least to get close to this line. He's had some duds here, and the Cavs really need him to step up. He's had an underwhelming season for what his standards have been. A lot of people thought he was going to make a huge jump this year, and he just has not done that. But regardless, this is not a very high line for points and assists for a guy that can definitely score the ball, and he can chip in with 3 or 4 or 5 assists on any given night as well. And again, very, very good matchup for him to do so. No Dean Wade here still tonight. But yeah, this is a close matchup. +1 is the spread. Hopefully this can stay relatively close. The Cavs, a team that has been underperforming. The Sixers are a team that have kind of been overperforming, especially with the uncertainty of Joel Embiid this entire season. But he has played these guys once already this year. He had 26 points and assists in that game. Chipped in with 3 assists, had 23 points in that game. That was a game without DeAndre Hunter. But Evan Mobley, a guy that doesn't really care who's in, who's out. We really just want a healthy team for this Cavs team to work at full functionality, and that's kind of what we're getting here. Donovan Mitchell's going to do his thing. Darius Garland can do his thing. He's kind of been underwhelming this season. Sam Merrill's been great. And Jared Allen, kind of underwhelming as well. But they just need to get some wins under their belt. They have not been very good, especially recently, but just in general for the entire season, more of like a 50-50 team in terms of winning. But this should stay close. And if we see a close game, we're going to see the hit rate going to go up this season within games that stay within 10 points, so no blowout situation. He's over this in almost 60% of those games, which is good to see. So hopefully no blowout. It can happen any night, but hopefully, again, 1 point spread. Hopefully it can stay relatively close. And the big thing here is going to be, the suggested things on Props Madness. One of the things is the defensive or the dominant scoring zone. Again, that's right down in the paint. And this is a favorable matchup for him, which he's done really, really well in terms of scoring the ball. 72% of games where it's a weak defense down low. They rank 27th here, and he's been cooking those type of teams. He's been, the lowest we've seen is 18 points and assists. A lot of that is, of course, scoring, but the assists can definitely be there too. He's over his assist line in a lot of those games. He's over his points line in a lot of those games. But again, we're looking at the points and assists. You want to get the best value possible, which again, BetMGM has the best value a whole bunch of times. And 20.5 points and assists, minus 125. And a really good matchup for him to do so. So Evan Mobley, even dating back to last year, has always been a guy that's very consistent around his line. He can have those games where he goes over his line by a whole bunch, but typically right around this area. So if this is going to be a miss, it's probably going to be very, very close. But again, I think it's more likely he goes over, as we can see in the hit rate, than he does go under in this one. So hopefully it stays close. Again, very, very good matchup for him to get some assists, for him to get some points. Within 10 feet, they're very, very, very weak. Power forward position, 62% of the players over the last few games or over the last however many games have gone over their line. And it's a good spot for Evan Mobley to hopefully kind of break out of his shell that he's been dealing with the entire season and have a very, very good game here. And again, I'm not expecting a crazy game from him. He doesn't need anything too crazy. If he scores 18 points and chips in with 3 assists, that's all we need. He would get that right there. But again, perfect matchup for him. Joel Embiid should be in there, but Embiid has kind of been a shell of himself this entire season, dealing with that knee injury. And again, he's a power forward at the end of the day. Jared Allen's going to be, most of the time, going to be dealing with a guy like Joel Embiid. So really liking Evan Mobley. I think he's going to be the biggest guy out there in terms of the power forward position. You can check this game out right here. Going over to it, he's going to be matched up with Barlow, so he should be able to cook this guy all night long, and they do not have a very big power forward that comes in out after Barlow either. So he should be the biggest guy in the court in terms of that power forward position, and hopefully in tune that goes for hand in hand with him, having some points, and hopefully could chip in with some assists there too. But this is obviously more of a points line for a guy that doesn't get a ton of assists, but I'm going to add the assists because the hit rate is there as well. And again, very, very weak in terms of giving up assists to that restricted area. They're really dead last in terms of giving up assists in that restricted area. So liking the spot. He's gone over against him before, and I like his chances today. Not in the assists, but the points and assists is what we're looking at. He's done it before. Hopefully do it again tonight for us. And moving into play number 5 here, I'm going to a guy that's been absolutely balling out against anyone, but Jamal Murray. I'm not going to his points. I'm not going to assists. I'm actually going to his rebounds here at 4.5 rebounds against the Dallas Mavericks, who give up a lot of rebounds throughout the season. They, positionally, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, however you want to look at it, they give up a whole bunch of rebounds, and that's going to hopefully bode well for us. They play with a lot of pace, and Jamal Murray has been absolutely balling out. Without Jokic, he's over this in 4 of the 5 games that Jokic has missed, and Jamal Murray has played, averaging almost 6 rebounds a game, which is great to see. And he's done this in hard matchups. He's done this in easy matchups. This is definitely the easiest matchup so far. Did not get there against the Pelicans, which I thought was interesting. The rebound chances aren't showing up, but that's an interesting one that he only had 2 rebounds in that game. But this is a back-to-back set. He has gone up against a couple teams in back-to-back so far this year, and 4 to be exact. He's only gone over in 2 of the 4 games, but one of those games was against the Dallas Mavericks, where he had 10 rebound chances and 7 rebounds in that game. So we're going to see something like that exactly, hopefully today, where he gets the Dallas Mavericks on a back-to-back set. So he's been rebounding very, very well. He's been scoring really, really well as well, but his line's all the way up at 26.5. Not the best matchup for him to score some points, but he's been putting his head down, getting to the rim, and scoring really at will. He's been knocking down threes as well. And then the assists have been absolutely nuts the past few games too. I honestly was looking at the rebounds and assist line, which is sitting at 13.5. But I really just like the rebounds in terms of the hit rate and the value here at minus 107. I think that's the best line we're going to get for Jamal Murray. So we can also take a look at the point guards that have been going up against this Dallas Mavericks team. And the last 8 to 12 point guards have gone over this against the team that plays similarly to a guy like Jamal Murray. So we've seen Melton, Cunningham, Reeves, DiVincenzo all go over their lines, which is good to see. Again, 8 of the last 12 guys that play similarly in his position are going over their boards lines, which is good to see. Again, they give up a whole lot of rebounds to this position, but just in general. So again, really, really good matchup for Jamal Murray to go out there and grab some boards. Hopefully he's going to be playing well like he has been. And this is a 1.5 point spread. So again, a game that we hopefully don't have to deal with any sort of blowout situations, but that does tend to happen in the NBA a decent amount. But regardless, should get a lot of time in the court, and he's been hooping, and hopefully that translates to him playing aggressively and grabbing some more boards. The last thing I'll point out here is going to be the rebound chances without Jokic. Again, been going over the rebounds line a whole bunch. In the one game he didn't, we don't have the rebound chances information for some reason. But in the games that he's playing without Jokic that he has been going over, and again, Jokic has kind of just missed the last few games. He's been out for about a week or two, but the rebound chances have been great. 14, 8, 9, and 9. So we can see rebound chances. I'm going to be, very, very, I don't even know the word here, but I'm not going to go crazy and say he's going to get 14 rebound chances. But taking a look at games, he's getting 8+ rebound chances. He's over this in 65% of games. And even just 8 to 10 rebound chances, he's over this in 63% of games. So going against a team that gives up a lot of rebounds, hopefully the rebound chances are there within 8 to 10, and hopefully it's going to be a pretty good one. So within those rebound chances and a favorable matchup, he's actually over this in 8 of 9 games. So this is going to be a spot that I'm really, really liking, and pretty confident in this one. So 4.5 boards and a pretty good value, -107. Liking our chances here again, especially with the rebound chances that he's been getting without Jokic and the amount of rebounds that this team gives up. So you have Jamal Murray, the last play of the video, -107 on the boards. And before we jump into the recap of today's video picks, if you're not on Pickets, I don't know what you're doing. It's a free bet tracker. Again, totally free for you guys to sign up. And when you sign up using my code RichPicks, you get $3 or $100 just by signing up using my code. So no brainer, totally free app to use. And again, it's going to track all your bets. You just sync it with whatever sports books you're on, whether it's DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, whether it's Underdog, PrizePicks, whatever it might be, you just sync it in and it just uploads whatever you put in, and it's going to track all of your plays. Over the past few years, I'm up 533.4 units. So again, I can take a few bad days in a row because I know that my tried and true method is working. But you want to know if you're losing too. So if you're down, 15 units or whatever on the month, 20 units on the month, you might want to change some things up. So Pick It, again, totally free for you guys to sign up. Use my code RichPicks when signing up, or the link in the description down below. You get $3 or $100 just by signing up for this free app. And they also have a mobile app if you guys are wondering. And this is what we did yesterday in the Discord. So horrible video picks, but we did do some good profit in the Discord picks. A lot of these are DFS platforms going for plus 500, plus 1,500 plays over there. So again, you're going to see a 3-11 record, but we get out with the profit. Here are some of the wins. So if you're not on Underdog, you can use my code RichPicks or RP100. I guess they both work, but a nice discount. We took advantage of that. And then we got some PrizePicks wins here too. Using the taco, I'm limited to all $5 tacos for I guess not for some reason, because I've won so much on PrizePicks. They've limited me to $5 on all the promos, but I also took the 4-man here as well. So if you want to use PrizePicks or Underdog, if you're not on those, you can use my codes as signing up too. But really, you want to check out Pick It. It's totally free for you guys to use, and very, very cool app. Total good mobile platform, and it's just a no-brainer if you want to be tracking all your plays. So now it's recap time, and we're coming off a reverse sweep. Absolutely a bounce back opportunity for us, and we got 5 plays today. John Collins over the 14.5 points. Precious Achiuwa to get some rebounds at a plus 110 value. Igor Denham to knock down some threes at 2.5 for plus 125. So again, 2 more plus money plays here for you guys. Evan Mobley points and assists over the 20.5 at minus 125. And then Jamal Murray over some boards at 4.5, minus 107 value. And if you don't trust me anymore, I know I've gotten some bad comments over the past few days. You guys can watch his videos and fade me if you want, but I break down the reasons why I'm going to him. It's ultimately your guys' decision if you want to go ahead and actually take the plays. But if we go ahead and win all these, I think we'll be up like 4, almost 5 units on the day, which would be, hopefully canceling out the bad start to January, which you've had. But bounce back spot for us. Good luck with all your plays today. Check out Pick It, like I just mentioned. Check out Props Madness. You get a discount using my code. And then check out Underdog and PrizePicks as well. There's a bunch of codes in the description in the video. It lets them know that I sent you there, but you also get deposit matches or discounts or free money just for signing up using my code. So it's really a win-win-win situation. And if you do use my code, go out there and DM me or hit me up in the comments and say, hey, use your code. And sometimes I throw you guys a free month or something of the Discord where you get access to all of my plays. So good luck with all your bets. I will see you guys in the next one. And hopefully I'm recapping a winning day, because it's been a few days since I've had a really good winning day. We actually were coming off 2 winning days in a row. before yesterday, but they were very, very slight winning days. So we need some balls to go our way, and it's been unfortunate for some of these losses, but I take all my losses on the chin, and I show you guys every single day if I'm winning, if I'm losing. And we're in a little bit of a rut right now, but we've been here before, and we bounce back, and sometimes we bounce back like crazy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, recapping a winning day. I'm, mentalizing it, departmentalizing it. What's that word? I'm manifesting it. We're going to have a winning day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.